you might just think and realise, where are you, Vern? Where are you? Well, I'm on the same river, I'm just at a different location. And you won't believe it. I don't understand how it's happened either, but somebody's fishing in my spot. How's that happened? What have I done wrong? Yeah, so someone's in my spot. Shock horror. Yeah, it was gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but never mind. So I'm a bit further down, and yeah, so I've got me gear all set up, as you can see. And got my rods out, as you can see. Same rods as before, Vercelli Oxygen Cobra KWs. Pen Spin Fisher fixed bills. 24 pound mono, 80 pound leader, tapered leader. So yeah, there's where we're fishing. Now I'm a little bit nervous because we've had 9 sessions. No, we've had 10, 11. This is session number 12. You've seen all the other videos, you know I've caught cod. It's been difficult. The last 2 sessions have been hard work, but I managed to do it, and all good. I mean, it's unbelievable. That's a personal best for me. 11 sessions on the trot, catching codlin and cod. This is session number 12. I'm in a different place. I'm not at the same spot, but I'm only 250 yards away, so it's not so bad. So same river. As far as I'm concerned, I'm bricking it, because I might blank, mightn't I? But yeah, that's the end of the butts. We're here. So this is going to be session number 12, hopefully catching a cod or codlin. And yeah, I hope so. But if I don't, it might make it a bit easier for me, because I'll be able to go to the beach without having the pressure of thinking I've got to catch a codlin, because I set myself this target of 10, which I've surpassed. Only by 1, but I've surpassed it. So this is 12. Let's see if it goes on. We don't know. I don't know either. You don't know also. But hopefully it'll be today. It is Friday the 3rd. Yeah, Friday 3rd of February. It's 1 o'clock. High tide's at 5. It's about a 6.5 metre tide here. Oh, what happens if I blank? I know it's only fishing. It's not catching. But I ain't interested in that. I want to catch, don't I? So I want to keep it going, because it's something this doesn't happen all the time. Hey, it might do. I might have turned the corner, you never know, but you know, it's just one of them things. So I want it to keep going, to be honest, because it's so enjoyable. But you know, you got to get the tides right, so there's quite a few days in between when I don't go fishing, whereas if I was fishing on the beaches, I could still go, you know what I mean, because it don't matter what the tide is there, does it? But so it's got its complications, but it's my session. It's what I've chosen to do, and want to see if I can catch again. So I mean, if we catch today, I might say, shall we see if we can make it 15? But I think if I get to 15, I mean, the last session I'd had enough coming there, but then I caught a cod, and I've codlin, and I thought, Jesus Christ, I love it, absolutely love it. So you gotta go where the fish are and fish it, and also go where you're enjoying yourself, and I'm enjoying myself here. Hip's not good, so it's not so bad. Bit further to walk this time, but yeah, we've got the foreshore here. Look, it's stony, but this isn't too bad actually. There's rocks go out further in other places, so I've picked this spot. So it's aye, it's canny, hey. But yeah, now let's see what happens. There's a couple of chaps further down. They've come up from Norfolk, and I've got Keith over there and Alfie. So I've had a bit of a chat with them. A couple of nice lads. I expect their shit stinks the same as mine, but yeah, good lads. It was nice to meet you. As a matter of fact, I'll probably pop down with a camera at some point. Because I ain't the sort of person that just leaves you down there and not get your own film. Unless I start pulling in codlin after codlin, then yeah, I'll be catching the codling. Bait today, yellowtails. I've got 20. I've got carp, crabs. Not literally got crabs, I've got crabs, frozen crabs. And so I've got plenty of bait. And yeah, well, that's it. That's enough wobbling on for me, rattling on. I do go on. And I'll bring you back when that water's in. I'm getting a bucket of water casting out with them yellowtails on. Wish me luck, let's hope we catch. And see you in a bit. I'm gonna go now, that's it. I've stopped talking, I ain't gonna talk no more. See you in a bit. Right, well, I baited up. I've got a 2-hook flapper on, I've got 2 yellowtails on. I normally order 20 yellowtails and they last me a full session. I normally end up with 4 or 6 left over. I don't know what it's going to be like today, but I did order 30 off Scott, and I didn't take them. I took 20, but I feel a bit guilty now. So yeah, should have probably took the 30, but then I'd take a load on with me, and if I don't go next week, then they're dead, aren't they? So right, let's get this casted out. I've been down and talked to Keith and Alfie. Nice bunch, couple of lads. You'll probably see me fishing with Keith, possibly Alfie as well at some point, but there you go. Let's get this casted out. First one out. Let's hope there's a cod on it, or a codling. Don't want crabs. Who wants them? Oh, nippy little things. Flounder would be all right. Let's get another codling. Let's keep this run going. It's people are enjoying this little few sessions of mine. I'm enjoying it, so let's keep it going, eh? Struggling with my hip a little bit. I'm gonna have to sit down before I do the other rod. That's where I'm getting at the minute. It's just one of them things, really. I've got a new coat. I've got a new set of waterproofs. I'll show you them later, because no doubt I'll have to put my coat on. It's quite warm at the minute, but the wind's picking up, so yeah. I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue to what they are. And it's not Casters Fishing's Wales. That's a YouTube channel. Go check him out. But yeah, I've bought myself some Reed's waterproofs, and I quite like them. I like them a lot, in fact. So hopefully hopefully they'll be good. I don't see why they won't be. Got my shelter up again, it's great. I'm down in like a sort of like a pebbly beach alcove where the wind's blowing over me a bit. I'm hoping, of all hopes, that I actually catch here, because for the reason is I'm getting not in a rut. I enjoy fishing where I fish, and I'm a bit hacked off I ain't in there, but that's just the way it is. But if I catch here today in this spot, it'll just take that, because believe it or not, you just watch it and you take from the video what you like. So you either enjoy it or it's okay, whatever. I'm pleased you do, but for me it's a bit of pressure, because obviously I set myself the goal for the 10 sessions. This is session number 12. Will I catch a codling? I hope I do. I ain't watching my bloody rod. I hope I do. Yeah, so I quite like this actual spot. I'm down from the bank. It's sheltered. I'm obviously sheltered in this bigaloo, but yeah, what is to say? If I catch here, it'll, if you understand what I mean, there's like this, oh, I can't, I've got to keep going there, got to keep going there, got to keep going there. Well, I enjoy fishing there, and I'd like to be there today, but I ain't. So as long as we catch a cod or a codlin here, I'll fish anywhere along here. It won't matter if it's spots taken up. Yeah, just watching the rod there, sorry. So I hope I understand where I'm going with that, because it's like a rattle on Norfolk explanation there, and I haven't really got to the end goal yet, have I? So basically, if I catch here, it'll stop the superstition of me always fishing there and thinking that I'm gonna blank if I don't fish there. I know there's cod elsewhere, but I'm enjoying fishing here at the minute, and this today is actually a different, it's a bit different, it's totally different in fact. So yeah, I'm enjoying myself, I'm looking forward to it. I've had a bit of a natter, so it was nice to have a natter with Keith and Alfie. Now I'm hoping I've got enough worms. I'm sure I have. I don't want to use them all up though before. I'm going to get a pulley pennel rig out in a minute. Worst thing is not to use your worms early enough, and then you end up where you run out of casting because the river's going out, and then you're taking worms home. I don't want to do that. I want to just use what I'm using. So yeah, so that's the explanation, that the superstition of that spot. Yeah, well, I've got no choice ever. So I'm here. We're all out to catch cod or codlin. I've got the best bait I can have. I've got yellow hands already, and hopefully it'll all be good. So yeah, I love this shelter, unbelievable. I've also bought, I met some chap called John, TikTok man. He's on TikTok, not Tic Tac, all that stuff, and he had a Corum Superlight shelter. Now it's freshwater fishing, it's green, it's ghastly, but I was quite impressed with the shelter. It only weighs 2 kilos. So I thought, I can't carry this on the beach down them cliffs, because I use my rods as a walking stick. So I've got this Corum Superlight. Now the only thing is with it, it's got no skirt around the bottom. It uses pegs, which is no good on the beach. I have got long pegs that I made years ago for the beach, but I ain't using them. So I've bought some orange ripstop material from eBay, which is what they make tents from, and it's waterproof. So I'm gonna sew that along the three edges of the Corum Superlight. I will show you this when I use it come spring summertime, and then I can put it, knock it up, chuck it down, put the sand on, lift it up, and I've got a shelter for summertime so that I don't get sunburnt so much. And if it's windy, raining, I can put it in the van. If it's going to be a nice day and there's no wind, no rain forecast, I'll leave it in the van. I won't take it down, because it's 2.3 kilos with 2 bank sticks in it. So it's really light. I will use it. I will take it with me all the time, so I've got it to use, but there will be times when I don't need it. But yeah, so you'll see that in a later video as well. What else is to say? Well, I've got the first cast out. I think I'm going to have a coffee, get the other one baited up, have a coffee and get that out. So I'll bring you back for chucking that out. See you in a bit. I do bloody rattle on.
Good luck, bud.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
It's a nice day for it anyway.
Yeah. I've got plenty of painkillers.
Back in thermal underwear, mate.
Right, firmer underwear. So I'll get some. That'll sort my hip out. Right, so that's that one casted out. It's tide's just in at the rocks. I can't even get any water yet. I'll wait until it gets on the stones, and then I'll go down and get a bucket of water. So yeah, both baits out. Worms on both. I've used 4. That only leaves me 16. I always worry like this, but then I always end up with 4 or 6 worms left over. But it could be a lot of crab activity, and I could go through the worms right quick, couldn't I? You know, it's just one of them things. So yeah, I'll face this way, because then I'm in the sun and the camera's between me, and my dulcet tones, which is what I'm saying, and my devilish good looks will be better on the camera. So I'd just like to say, I had a haircut during the week, and I've had another shave this morning with my clippers. I don't like to shave too close because it gets people excited, so I like to have a bit of rough. And I've manicured my eyebrows as well, and all other hair ports that stick out hair, like your bloody ears and nose. So yeah, I've had a bit of a cosmetic session today, so I'm sure you can tell. Hope you like my new hairstyle. I had it cut during the week, so by my daughter. So what a load of gibberish crap that was, weren't it? Hey, I always look good. Don't need to do any cosmetic stuff. Always look good. Wife tells me, she always tells me, darling, I was so lucky to marry you, meet you, marry you, and have children with you. She every day she gets up in the morning and says that. What a glorious day. As soon as she opens her eyes and looks at me, she says, oh, what a glorious day, I'm still with you. I think that's what she says. Right, both them rods are out. Back onto fishing. I'll get a pulley pennel out and I shall knock up a cocktail bait and try a couple of big baits. And then we'll be back on the worms. So yeah, next one out. I often sometimes cast out straight away and I'll hook a fish. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I've chucked out the worms now. But it does fish all parts of the tide. Flood, high, ebb. Then it'll just fish one or the other, or it'll just fish one. You know, it's all different. All different. It's what makes it all interesting. So yeah, I'm going to watch these. I'm going to pour myself a coffee now. Hopefully get some water, and then I'll bring you back. Hopefully there'll be a fish on that rod and I'll be able to show you. Just keep fingers crossed for this 12th session, because Keith down there think this is session 10, but it's not session 10. Session 10 was a couple of weeks ago. In matter of fact, session 10 was fished, you'll know this anyhow, the next day after I fished with John. I had some worms still, because I bought some extra worms because John was there, and I had some left over. So John also gave me some lugworm as well, some blow lug. So I went the next day, and that was hard fishing. I caught the one codlin. I'm so chuffed I caught that for the 10th session. Yeah, it's weird really talking about this, because it's already happened for me. You don't know it's happened, and I don't like to spoil things. So yeah, I put it up in the thumbnail a cod, but I want to make the most of it at the minute so that I can grow the channel, hopefully. If you've got this far, and I don't half rattle on, but if you've got this far, thank you very much. Consider subscribing if you would. Ring that bell for all notifications. And if you don't want to, and you've got this far and you're listening to me now, thank you very much for the view, because it helps the algorithm, and that's what it's all about, just helping the channel. Channel's growing really well at the minute. I'm at 4,300 subs. They are perfect subscriptions, and it shows with the amount of views I get as well, because yeah, it's all good, all good. So I'm going to put this away. I'm going to pour a coffee, get some water, watch these rods, and make up another bait on a pulley panel rig. I'll show you it when I've done it. Look at this sky. Is that recording? Is it recording? Boo! Right, I haven't seen anything on it, but we're gonna reel it in and do a bait check. I've got a pulley pennel with squid and crab next. Well, I've only just recorded about 30 minutes of bloody video, and the battery's run out. The battery's gone out. So yet again, Mr. GoPro, you fucking tool. Yeah, your batteries are crap. Yeah. I'm gonna have to buy a couple more. I can't believe that I've only done about half an hour of filming and the battery's gone. It's not even that cold. It is chilly. I've just put my coat on. What do you think to my new coat? I think it's bloody marvellous. It's nice and furry inside. It's stretchy rubbery material. It's bloody brilliant. All the seams are welded up, taped up. It's brilliant. I'll do a review on it as I wear it. I'll keep mentioning it, you know, how I mention things. Anyhow, I've just pulled in that bait. I can't believe this GoPro. It gets on my tits, it does. I think even the charger at home is a bit iffy. So it's either the charger, so it means I've got to buy a charger and 2 more batteries to give myself some more. And, you know, that's X amount of money. But then when this camera goes pop and it don't work anymore, I then got to buy another camera, GoPro, and the batteries that I bought don't fit it. The 9, the 10 and the 11, or whatever versions I got out at the time. So anyhow, like I say, I've got 1 rod in and 1 rod out, and I'm talking to you on the camera because it's all about putting some content on there, isn't it? Not about me catching fish. Look, rig's there, bait's still on it. So what I'll do with that is I'll put 2 more worms on that for another cast out. But the next cast is going to be a squid and crab. But I'm hacked off with Mr. GoPro. You're a bloody... Ugh. It's not even cold. If it's cold, I could say, oh, the cold zapped the power out of the battery. But it ain't, has it? No, it's not. It's nothing to do with that, is it? No, it's just crappy product. It's good product, really. It's just when it works, GoPros are the best things since sliced bread. Anyhow, let's get this done. And we've got a breakaway imp on there, so it'll release. None of these other clips. Mind you, I'm still going to use them. You know, on their day when they work, they're brilliant, aren't they? Right, that's that out. Is this battery still working? Anyhow, I quite like my coat. I quite like fishing here. I like my rods and reels. I like the bait. But I don't like these GoPro batteries because they get on my wick. But when they work, they work. They're alright. That's Keith. Have you been on YouTube yet, Keith?
Yeah, a few times.
Are you? Well, he's on it again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Immortalised.
Oh, that's it then, mate.
Go on,
Anyway,
get...
you catch some fish.
I hope so.
I'm going to see if I can catch
I've
one
just
fish.
had a row with the GoPro battery because it's just decided to pack up after half an hour. Right, let's see what that brings. I'll turn this off now. Got to conserve the batteries, haven't we? I've took some more painkillers as well for my hip. Wife says, "What'd you cut your hands for?" I says, "I don't know. What do I cut my hands for? Keep them warm. What am I doing? I don't know." It's not as if I'm going like this, is it? Doing the Macarena or whatever it is. Just clap my hands, don't I, sometimes? I sometimes say as well. And and King GoPro. Oh, come on, let's get a fish. First cast, I ain't caught. Need to get that fish. I've got this mental thing going on. Now, my wife would say I'm mental anyhow, but I've got this mental thing going on at the minute that I'm not in my spot. That could be the end of the session, couldn't it? That could be the bugbear for me today, couldn't it? It could have ruined it for me. If I was up there, I might have caught. They catch fish down there, though. It's a challenge. I'm going to do it. Yeah, what do you think to my coat? Let me just clean this lens. Perhaps it was when I went boo in the camera. Perhaps it's scared the battery to death. Right, what am I going to do? Well, I'm not putting the lugworm on that flapper rig yet. I want to put that on just before I cast it out so all the juices are in it. I'm going to leave that other rod out because it's got worms on it. The worms haven't been touched. Fingers crossed, touch wood, there's no weed as of yet. So yeah, I'll bring it back on the next exciting installment of Verns fishing. I mean, it don't get much more exciting than this, does it? Eh? Some people would say it's real fishing, but me, everything's real, isn't it? Getting up in the morning's real. Having your breakfast is real. Going fishing is real. Everything's real. Unless you're sat in front of a little computer game. That ain't real, is it? So yeah, I'll bring you back on the next installment of Verns fishing. Will he catch a fish? Will he not? It's a bit like Flash Gordon, isn't it? Back in the day when you used to watch it every Saturday morning. Flash Gordon, eh? Hope you're alright, Gordon. Not trying to think that you look like Flash Gordon, but it's just the name, isn't it? But yeah, I hope you're alright. Jimmy, your holiday sounded absolutely fantastic and brilliant, and yeah, went to go see Rangers play. I don't know if they won. I ought to check really, but I hope you got the result you wanted. And Andrew, I hope you get better soon, mate. You've had it tough. You've had a bout of COVID. You know, you had to go to hospital, didn't you? So, but you're all right now. But the fall shattering your cheekbone and your eye socket, mate, and you got a good bruise on that eye, ain't you? It's, the wife couldn't believe it. But I hope everything gets better, mate. I hope it sorts it all self out. By the time you watch this, I would say you'd have had your operation. But yeah, I hope it goes all right, mate, and I hope you're better and drinking them cans. So yeah. Is that filming? Yep, GoPro battery's working this one. Yeah. Got me warm hat on. Bought this the other day, it cost £9 from Amazon. I like the blue, and it is roasty. Sometimes when I put it on in the garage, I have to take it off because my ears get hot. Right, I've baited up. Let me show you. The old lugworm is still on, but I've put fresh yellows on. So the old bait is on there, which has still got juices in it because it's been dripping out. But I put a fresh worm on as well. We'll get this chucked out. Nothing as of yet. But yeah, have I been jinxed? I mean, the last two sessions were quite hard catching cod, to be honest. And they could have been moving out of the river. This might be one session too much. I should have probably have gone in between on other days, but I couldn't and didn't and should have done. So let's get this chucked out anyhow. I let go of that cast too late. That very rarely happens nowadays with me, but yeah, I let go of that a little bit too late, and it went low and not far. So, but it's out there, it's fishing. Hopefully the impact didn't rip the worms off. It hasn't as of yet. Worms seem to stay on the hook, so I'll bring you back and I'll reel these in. I've got a pulley pennel out, which you saw me cast, which is got squid and crab on. I've just baited up another squid with the other half of the crab. I've got 2 more crabs as well, but I'm not necessarily going to use it. They are still frozen in my bait bag. If I want one, I'll have to get it out for it to defrost a bit. I've got these worms here. I've now baited up the 2-up flapper that I just brought in with 2 more yellowtails. Just watching me rod then, sorry. Cool. Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. It's only thin, but it's totally waterproof on the outside, and it's also got a like a fleecy material bonded to the material. It isn't separate, it's bonded to this material. It's stretchy and pliable, so it shouldn't rip and tear. But reeds, I do believe reeds, if it does get damaged, you can contact Reeds, send it to them, and they'll just repair it for you. Obviously it'll cost you something, I would have thought, but it's repairable, so you've got a coat that's always... The only thing I've got to do is not chuck it in a bag wet so it gets mildew on it like my last one did, because once mildew's on it, you can't get rid of it. Yeah, and if I hold a fish like I tend to, like nurturing it like a baby, when I get home I'll have to wipe it all down with a cloth to make sure there's no fish goo on it. There's a bit of bladderwrack in the water, but as of yet I haven't had any on my line, but bladderwrack's good, it's not a bad weed. No may rot yet. I'm expecting when the tide turns that there'll be all straw and all sorts in the water, but we'll see. No fish as of yet. This is the 12th session. This is the you know, to carry it on I need to catch a cod. I certainly don't want a blank, and I haven't had any flounders for ages on this stretch of water. John has, who fishes with me, he has, but I haven't, so I think if I don't catch a cod, I'm looking at a blank. I am more worried about not catching today than any other day. I mean, when I had 30 days gap and I come back here and I caught my 2 personal best cod, I thought I was going to blank that day, but what a turn up with the books that was. But today, I know what this mark is like. It can be totally inactive and then all of a sudden it'll come on. Just what a catch. I just want to keep it going really. But if we blank today, or if we don't catch a cod, because I don't want to blank, I ain't blanked since August, probably give me scoop to go somewhere else. If I blank today, I'll probably try this mark again, but try and get on my spot, which is 200, 300 yards that way. Probably about 400 yards actually. What I should have done was I should have gone up that way and just fished on the path beside the drain. That's where I should have fished. But I'm here. This is a new place. It's different, I suppose. New but the same. But yeah, nothing as off yet. Time is 16:28. So I've got half an hour before high water. And I think it'll be yellowtail all the way apart from one more crab bait. I shall put yellowtail on, tip off with squid. I'll do whatever I can. So, but yeah, no, am I cold? No, I'm not cold. I can also fit underneath this jacket the heated jacket the wife bought me for Christmas, which runs on a battery. So if it's really cold, when it gets down to 0 degrees and beyond, I can put my electric jacket underneath, because I'm roasty toasty then. And if I put the bottoms on with this coat, because I bought the bottoms as well, I probably wouldn't even need that. Probably warm enough. Yep, that's enough listening to me. Oh, just a small little codlin. I'm not fussy. Don't need a big one. Just want a codlin. Now the last 2 sessions, like I said, have been hard work. I think I caught on the Friday after fishing with John. That was a hard session. I caught 1 codlin in that. And then I think the next session, which is session 11, I caught 2. So the last 2 sessions have been harder and more difficult to pull out a codlin than any of the others. So it might be their time. I've been told that they move off this mark. There's only so much food for them to eat here. At the minute they're eating small fish. It's a fish eat fish world out there, you know. Look at this sunset over here. What does that look like? It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? Sun bouncing off them clouds. It'd look really nice from my mark, wouldn't it, round the corner there? You'd have a full view of that. But it's absolutely cracking, isn't it? Look at that. Definitely better over this way. A little bit much of a drop, isn't it? Well, it's hard work at the minute. Got two at flap right there with yellows on. So have to wait and see, don't we? There's no movement on the tips apart from the wind. It's just one of them things. It's just could switch on in a bit. I am getting worried. I am getting worried. Could be the end. Perhaps that's a good thing. Perhaps that's a good thing. Don't want it to be. I think if I blank air today, I will come back and try it again, hopefully get in my spot, because I do enjoy coming here, and there's some big fish in this river still. You just got to be in the right place at the right time. But fish might have removed also, mightn't they? They might have ate the food stocks here or deplenished them a bit, and they might have moved on. They could be just round the corner, they could be down at Immingham, East Alton, could be anywhere, couldn't they? So you got to be in it to win it. I'm wetting a line. It's called fishing and not catching. We could come out of all that crap, but in reality I really want to try and catch another codlin, because if I don't catch a codlin, I don't think I'm going to catch anything. And I don't understand it either, because I'm using yellowtails, crab. I mean, what else can you use? Mackerel, I suppose. But yeah, no, we're doing our best. I'm certainly going to give it me all. I've just been down in St Keith getting a lesson on casting with a breakaway cannon. All I'll say is it didn't go to plan. After the third cast I come away and wished I'd took my camera, because after the first one I think I'd have switched my camera on right quick. But no, it's all learning, isn't it? We all learn. I think I would hate to use a breakaway cannon, because you can feel it with your finger, can't you? And you can't with a cannon, so it's all down to the mechanics. And if you're good at the mechanics of letting go at the right point all the time, then breakaway cannon's probably good. I would say you probably get further distances with it as well. But it made me chuckle in a session up to now where there hasn't been any thing happening. It was good to go down there and have a chuckle. So yeah, you'll get there, Keith and Alfie. See, that's what actually makes a session, isn't it? It's the things that go wrong and stuff, and you have a laugh and a joke about it, and you can all laugh and joke about it. It's good, isn't it? It's what gives you a chuckle into it. Well, it does for me anyhow. Mind you, if anyone was to fall over in the street, I think I'd be belly laughing. But yeah, it's just the way it is, isn't it? So yeah, I'll keep watching these rod tips. I don't know if to get another flapper out and get the worms on it, or to bait that pulley pennel up with the last bit of squid and crab, and then it's all out on worms. Don't know, we'll see. But like I say, if I blank today, I will come back here again and we'll try for a big cod, because there must still be some here. But it was getting hard in the last two videos, so I was thinking that it might be harder this one. But it could all switch on yet. I know what this river's like, and time is 6 minutes to 5, so it is coming up to high water at 5. Be a bit of slack and then it's going out. So let's keep at it. Let's try and get this blank sorted, because we're still blanking, and let's see if we can catch another codling. I ain't fussed what size. It can be 2 inch for all I care. Yep, it can be 2 inch. I don't care. It just needs to have a little beard. So I'll see you in a bit. I'll bring you back. This is where we're at the minute, while we've still got a bit of daylight. And there's my yellowtails. Little wigglers, aren't they? I don't feel so squeamish now about, well, I didn't feel squeamish before. I've got a problem putting worms on nook, and I've got better now. But they do look quite pretty in a worm-like fashion in the water, with all the gills out, enjoying life, and then you go shove a metal spike down its middle, out of its other end, and shove it on a nook. Goodbye worm, that's that life gone. But isn't it weird how you get older and you don't really want to harm anything, or I don't anyhow. I have to go into church on a Sunday if I stand on a snail. I feel guilty. It's just the way you people is, isn't it? It's the way I am anyhow. Right, I'll see you in a bit. fish. Got a fish. They've caught a fish down there. The two lads from Norfolk. Pleased for them. They've come a long way. They've come a long way. So it's a good job they've caught. Well, what can I say? Let's hope I catch as well. They've caught, so that's good. They've come a long way from Norfolk, so let's hope something happens. It'll be a shame that, you see, I'd feel really confident fishing where I've been fishing all the time, but we're coming here. It's two things can happen, can't it? I can blank and think, Jesus Christ, I'd have probably caught in where I normally fish. But it also, if I catch here, it'll just get that superstition out of my head that I can go elsewhere and catch on this mark. But once we're finished here and I get down on the beaches, we'll start catching codling off the beaches again. So my first codling was caught during summer off the Holderness coast, and then when autumn hit I was on the beach again and I caught another codling. So I've had two codling off the beaches. Getting pressured now, need to get this rod in. Check the bait. Oh well. It is what it is. Bloody mate rock. Right, let's get this punched out. Well, that's squid and crab back out again, so we'll give that a soak for 5-10 minutes. I'll get this baited up with some worms on, and then it's worms all the way. I've always caught these cod on worms, apart from the early days on a bit of frozen. I've got fresh bait. Fresh bait apparently is the best bait, so I just need to maximise my chance of catching, don't I? There's been a fish out on the left of me from the lads from Norfolk. So there's fish out there. Don't know whether to chuck one in shorter or what. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Right, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, it's not a blank. It's not a blank. Get in! Oh. What the fuck? Not on my coat, not on my coat. Oh, look at that. Come on, little fella. 44. Boy, I was absolutely bricking it. I thought that was it. I couldn't see myself getting a fish, let alone a codlin, and the first one I pull out is a codlin. 44 centimetres. Let's get these gloves off because the gloves will get wet and then my hands will be they're wet already. Right, come on little fella. God, he's lively. There you go. Absolutely beautiful fins. Got its bed. 144 centimetre codlin. Not big enough to eat. There you go. Absolutely cracking. I can't believe it. Let's get it back. He's gone. I need to sit down. Unbelievable. Hey, Tanisha, I'm using my black towel. Woo! Oh, I can't believe it. Tide's going out now, it's already dropped a metre. But we've caught a codlin. 44 centimetres. I'm so chuffed. I really thought I'd lost it. I thought I hadn't got it. Now I saw that rod come up and go down, but it came up. So I figured I had something on it. Got a plastic bag round the top and weed. So I need to get that reeled in, get that changed. I've got another lugworm bait to chuck out. I'll keep an eye on the pulley pennel. Get that pulled in sooner than later. Once this rig's baited up again. Oh, I don't believe it. That's 12 sessions on the trot. 12 sessions on the trot catching codlin, and I'm not even in my place, am I? I'm well, I might have relayed them demons away, if you know what I mean. So I ain't oh I'm gonna have to come back again, ain't I? Right, this is it now. We are on for a 15 session catching codlin. All cod, I ain't fussed. Absolutely brilliant. I've got some scales now as well. I've got some scales. They weren't cheap. I figured if I bought them they'd be accurate. I'm going to test them at when I get them. But I haven't used it on that. It's just a small codlin. It'd have probably weighed about £1.75, £2. Probably £2. 44 centimetre codlin. 12 sessions on the trot. I can't bloody believe it. Right, let's get this rod out. We need to try and get another. But to be honest, I've caught it now. I'm just happy. That's it. Well, that cast went okay, but I let go too soon. Right, I'm gonna get this rig baited up right quick with 2 more worms and pull in the possibly pull in the pulley pennel with the squid on. I can't believe it. 12 sessions. That's 10 and 2 for those that struggle counting, which I may be one of them, but that's 12 sessions catching codlin on the back, not on the bounce, because there's lots of days in between, but I've caught 12 sessions of catching codlin and the odd flounder. I seriously thought I'd blanked tonight. I thought I'd lost it, but I hadn't ever. I've still got it. The old Norfolk cod catcher, Norfolk cod god. You call me what you want. Some people call me a twat as well, but I ain't fussed because I'm catching the cod. I seriously thought I was going to not catch tonight. I thought I was going to blank. Different mark, even though it's 400 yards down that way. I thought it ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Oh, I can't believe it. That means so much to me personally. I mean, it'd be great if I can get to 15. It'll be great if I can get to 15, but to catch 12, That's unbelievable. 12 sessions with days between. I think I went last Tuesday, so it's 6 days ago I last went. I can't believe it. I thought I'd come to a different place. I thought if I catch one, it'll stop me getting spooked to go to the same place all the time. But yeah, if that place is empty where I normally fish, I'll always go there. But I've caught. I thought I weren't going to catch. You probably heard me say this, but I didn't think I was going to catch. I thought it was coming to an end. I was getting my speech ready, like shit. Sorry for any kids there. It's not good to swear. It's terrible having a potty mouth, and it's not big and it's not clever. Yeah, I can't believe it. Right, let me get this rig baited up, more worms, and we'll reel in the pulley pennel and check that out. Could just be weed on it. See you in a bit. Have you got any of that? I don't think you have you? Oh. Right, I had to pull the weed off my line. I got it round the reel and took it off. Well, I am hot. Oh dear. Well, that took a little bit of doing because the weed and getting the rig off, and then had to pull the line off my reel to pull the weed off. You don't want to cast it with weed on unless there's only a little bit, but I wouldn't recommend it. I do, but then I've got big eyes on my rod. If you cast it out with it, it can just jam up. Well, it's it's took the pressure off. You know, I'm chuffed to bits. 12, whether you catch one codlin cod, or a little fish finger codlin, they're all codlin and cod. And catching one in these day and ages, even though it's been a really good year for cod, it's an achievement. And again, it's a personal best for me. 12 sessions on the trot catching codlin. It's unbelievable. My trouble is, because I'm filming and trying to interact with you, so I can get some footage, I can put a video, Tom can put a video together for me, because thank you, Tom, for everything you do, mate. Much appreciate everything you do for us, mate. Yeah, what was I then saying? I'm a bit excited. Yeah, because I put some effort into doing the video and as best I can. I ain't no bloody filming buff. Obviously someone else would have had the rods out straight away and fishing again, but I can't do that because I've got to do a film as well. So I think if I wasn't to film, I think I would possibly catch a few more fish. You can ask John as well. John's seen me. He'll see a bite. I'll be messing about with the camera and don't see it, or I'm having something to eat or drink because I'm knackered, and before I can actually get to there, I've got to turn my lights on and everything, and the camera. Right, we're fishing worms all the way. I've got 8 worms left. That's 4 casts, and the bloody water's going out quick. If I end up with 2 or 3 worms left over, then I'll use that on my next trip, which will possibly be Monday. I think Monday's going to be a cold day, so I will have to check on that. I'm chuffed a bit. I like this coat as well. This coat is ever so nice. I wouldn't say it's is that too bright? No, it wasn't too bright, was it? That's bright. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm absolutely roasty in it, but I'm not cold either, so I can't feel the coldness coming onto my back like in my other coat, which I presume is this fleece material. If it was 0 degrees, 2 degrees, I don't know what it is. It was 9.5 degrees today. I think it got to 10, but so it hasn't been a cold day. But if it was a cold night, cold day, 0 degrees, 2 degrees, then you might want another Gansey on underneath. Failing that, I wear my heated jacket my loving wife got me. And yeah, we've got news. We've got news. The daughter is moving out of the house. Me and the wife are going to be on our own. It's going to be brilliant, isn't it? No daughter at home. She's buying a beautiful house, and they're going to be really happy there, her and Tom, setting up home, which will then leave me to be able to come home from work, grab hold of the wife and chuck her on the kitchen table and make a woman of her. That's what I'm going to do, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. I don't know, but women like that sort of thing sometimes, don't they? They like to have a man that's a man. So yeah, I'll try and pick her up, get her on the kitchen table, and yeah, I think I can remember what to do. I'm not quite sure, but then again, I ain't got a kitchen table, have I? I'll have to chuck her on the stairs. That's what we'll do. We'll chuck her on the stairs and make a woman of her. Oh, it'll be like being 18 again once the kids move out, wouldn't it? Oh dear, excuse me. This hat, I was only joking then. Yeah, I was joking, like, but you know, you never know. We can dream, can't we? We can dream. This hat, roasty toasty it is, I love it. And it's got a bobble on it. I always like a good bobble. I liked Scott's hat when he wore his bobble hat. I used to say to him, what woman do you nick that off? Oh, now I've got one. Right, let's get this rig baited up. No, have I baited it up? Yeah, I have baited it up, haven't I? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away my pulley pennel rig. Anybody that's scarred with the thought of me going in the house and picking my wife up and chucking her on the stairs to make a good woman of her, or on the kitchen table, which I ain't got, I don't think it's going to happen. I think them days are gone, because my hip will just go. I'll end up on a heap with the wife on top of me. Ooh. Oh, she's going to kill me. Oh dear. Yeah, so my coat, I like my coat. I'm going to wipe it down with a clean cloth when I get home. Try and keep it clean. Not like my other one, because it went all mouldy and that, because I used to get it lathered up wet and just chuck it in the bag and leave it until the next session I went out. So not going to do that again. Wife said about getting some coat hangers in the garage so I can hang it up in the garage, which isn't a bad idea because I've got an old-fashioned coat stand, whatever you call it. It's a coat stand, isn't it? So yeah. But the pressure's off now, isn't it? The pressure's off. I've done the 12th session for a codling, so now it's just pleasure. I can just sit back and relax till the next session, and then I'll be fretting again. Be nice to catch another one, but beggars can't be choosers, and that water is flying out. I would say on an 8 metre tide air, I'd probably have to get off this bank where I am and go up top. So really, you don't want a windy day for that, because then I won't be able to have the shelter up. Oh, the rod's gone up again. I've got a fish on that, haven't I? Right, I'll bring it back when I baited it. Well, that's that out. I think I've got 6 worms left, I think. So we'll have to see. I'll get another cast, but the water's going down past the rocks. As soon as I see the mud and I can't return the fish, then that'll be it. Yeah, this coat, it's got a pocket here. It only goes to there. It's only a shallow pocket, but it's velcroed up so you can put your phone and that in there. You got a through pocket here, so I've got my hand warmers in there and my gloves, and it's roasty toasty because it's lined as well with nice soft stuff. You got these fantastic cuffs that are elasticated and waterproof that your hand pops through and stops water going up, plus your velcro. Really soft, and it's very, very light. Like I say, if it's cold, I'm going to get the Reed thermal underwear as well, you know, the leggings and the top. So yeah, I'll have it all on, then we'll do a review on the whole thing. Yes, brilliant. They're both about, this is 160 quid and the bib and brace, that's 160 quid as well. This is large, extra large. Yeah, it fits all right, and like I say, I can get underneath this, the wife's heated tank top, whatever you want to call it. I wish the wife had got the neck size down in the heated tank top, but it'll still fit under air, and that's the main thing. So if it drops to 0 degrees or -5 or 3 degrees, yeah, I'll have the heated jacket on because I'll be roasting. But I'm not cold. As a matter of fact, I'm getting hot again now because I've got the hat on. It's got a hood as well, but the hood don't fit with a bobble. You need you need my wool hat without a bobble on, really. Anyhow, I shall bring you back. That's the chill cheater. I'll bring you back on the next reeling. Hopefully I'll catch another, but I haven't got long, so I might be taking some of them worms. You see, I shouldn't have used the crab and squid bait. I should have just used the yellowtails all the way through. I was worried I wouldn't have enough and I'd run out, but if I ran out, I could have then put the squid on at the end, couldn't I? It wouldn't have mattered, would it? So that's another lesson learnt there. Another little tip from Verns sea fishing: use your fresh bait first before you start your throws and stuff. Don't be an idiot like me. See you in a bit. Look at that, bud. Oh,
boy, throw it away, now you've got it.
Get in the bucket.
The Norfolk Coast King strikes again.
Right. How about that? I said to you to keep fishing until it...
Yeah.
Has it gone your end?
The weight is just reading everything where
Hey! Oh, that was bloody heavy. That was over my line. Right, let's get that. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Right, let's get this measured. We caught another one. Whoa! Oh!
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, bollocks. Right, to there. Get that there. Right, that's there. 46. 46 plus 7. What's that? I'm a bit excited.
53.
53.
Sorry, 52.
46, 52 again. 53.
Say 7.
Yeah, 46 and 7.
Yeah.
53.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Look at that. What an absolute bloody booty. Not on my coat. Brand new this coat, mate. Oh, right. There we go. Look at that. Let's check that's recording. Don't put out on Facebook, lads, will you?
No.
Thanks a lot.
No.
Look at that. 53 centimetres. That's 2. Right, let's get it put back. It's in the water there. There it go. There it go. It's gone. It's gone. What? Yeah, I'll have to go back for that. Laid the bloody rod down again. That's unlike me. Oh, I was the wrong side of my line. Well, how about that then? It's not a fluke. Not as if it's ever a fluke. I get off my arse off that sofa and I go fishing and I'm out of breath. And I'm going to turn this off now. That's a 44 centimetre and a 53 centimetre. And it goes on, doesn't it? So, I'll see you in a bit. Right, well, I'm now gonna reel this last rod in. The rod there I've now put to bed that had the 53. Did I mention I just caught a 53 centimetre codlin? Yeah, 53 centimetre. Bit excited, my brain ain't working. So I'm gonna reel this in. The reason I'm reeling this in, I haven't seen any bites on it. The tide's going out, it's now getting down to the mud. So when I chuck the fish in, it's going to get landed on the mud, so I'd have to give it a right hoink out. And it's all about the care for the fish for me, as best as I can. We all drop a fish and it lands on the floor, but they have to be a bit tough, don't they? So I'm going to reel this in, see what's on it, and yeah, great session. Caught a good codlin there. That's a good codlin. I would say it weighed 4.5 pounds. I've got scales, I could have weighed it, couldn't I? But I just wanted to get it in, that's the problem, you see. But I kept it in the bucket as well. It was in the bucket twice. So we'll get this reeled in, see what's on it, and if there's anything on it, I can return it. So. wicked. Look at that. We caught another one. I've got line everywhere. Look at that. We caught another. We caught another. Full of life. Let's get it in the bucket. Forty-one centimetres. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get it in the bucket. Oh, well, what a way to finish the session off. So chuffed I put the other rod away now. It's getting low. I'm gonna have to get this fish back sharpish, but I've got plenty of time yet. I nearly fell over on the rocks. The weed got stuck in the eye for a change. I could have gone through the eye, but it didn't. So I had to handball it all in, holding the rod, because I didn't want to put it on the floor again. And 41 centimetre codling. So that's a 44, a 53, and a 41. I can't believe it. What a session. And I was worrying that I weren't going to catch. Oh my lord. Right, let's get this fish back. Let's get this fish back. It's all about the fish care. Check this is filming. I didn't know what that was. Right. Good. There you go. One last show. What a beautiful fish. Fins are all up. Yeah. Brilliant. 41 centimetres, free codling. Let's get this back. Well, I don't know what to say. From a session that I thought I was going to be struggling on, to finally catching free codling from 41 centimetres, 44 centimetres and 53 centimetres. It's been a great session again. It's a different spot on the Humber, I'm 450 yards away from the riverbank. Not as you walk, it's further than that, probably about 550. But if I was to swim up the River Humber, which I couldn't, it's about that. But brilliant session. Really thought I was struggling at the beginning, couldn't see anything happening, but that's what it's like sometimes. It's what I've come to realise. I tell you, by fishing this mark so much, like I've done, I've learnt so much from fishing here about this mark. It's unbelievable. I've learnt more here than I probably have at Immingham, and I know how to fish Immingham as well, but I've seemed to learn quite a lot here, and it's been so enjoyable. Yeah, if you've got this far, I hope you have, please consider subscribing, ring that bell, and if you don't want to because you don't like me, now this is something else then, thank you for the view, it's all appreciated. But yeah, I might come back and talk again to camera because I'm a little bit flabbergasted, to be honest. It's nice meeting Keith and Alfie, two nice lads. You can have a laugh with them as well. Really good. But you didn't see that third fish, did you? Because I reeled that rod in when you left after I shook your hands. So there's a little surprise for you there, Keith and Alfie, if you get to the end. I hope you do. But yeah, it's great, isn't it? So yeah, I'll probably come back in a minute because everything's going around in my head. I'll start packing some gear up, get the lights turned around my shelter so I can see what I'm doing, and I'll probably come back before I put the camera away. Well, I'll have to because I'm going to turn it off, and I ain't said ta-ra ever. Right, I'll calm down now. Wind's calmed down as well, but so I'm not fishing the same spot on this stretch of river as what I have been doing, but literally I'm like 400 yards down as the crow flies. So we've done it again, haven't we? Free codling. I've said this, but I have had to calm down. I've put my gear away. I've got to get it all up that bank now. Struggling with my hip as well, but yeah, 41 centimetres, 44 centimetres and 53 centimetre codling. Free codling, session 12. Yes, that's right, session 12. So it goes on. So we're gonna go for 15 sessions on the trot because I don't think that's anything that I could surpass again. I think that'll be a record for me. I can't see another season of cod and codling like this next year. They say it comes round in 3-year intervals, so let's hope it does, or let's hope that this is the start of more codling in the water. And people, please don't take under or small fish, let them grow so we can all have more sport. That's what I say. But if you want to take a fish, you know, it's not for me to say, is it? It's just my opinion. But yeah, everyone can take what. I ain't going to go into this. Probably shouldn't have even said that really, should I? But there, I did, didn't I? So there you go. It's just tough luck, innit, as I've said it. So it's cracking, isn't it? Free codling, session 12, it goes on. Let's go for 15. And yeah, this has been the River Humber. The tide has gone out now. I've got mud between me, so I packed up at the right time, so it was good to do that. I'm still a little bit overwhelmed. It's 12 sessions. Can you get that? Can you get that in your head? I mean, think about it. I mean, that's unbelievable. And I ain't cheating. They are on the trot. You know, if I go out fishing, that's the fishing trip. So unbelievable. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. If you don't, thank you for the view. Don't listen to my opinions, just take them for what they are. They're just my opinions, but there you go. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm afraid to say it's going to be air, because I'm catching cod here. I can go to the beach and catch cod, I could go to the beach and blank, but I'm going to fish here until I don't catch any, or I get absolutely jarred off and fed up. I don't want to get to 20 sessions because that might just be a bit boring. But there, it's all about catching fish. People like to see people catching fish. I'm catching fish. I'm catching codlin and cod as well. So it's all good. So I'll see you in the next one, which will be at this mark. And yeah, I'll see you and on. We'll cut for credits.